after show. All of us back at the bar.
Look
at our
who's
tiki
here.
Bar. Feels good.
Between
Feels
Joe
good.
and
We're
Trent's,
giddy.
it's too much.
I am very excited to be back. I'm sorry that I missed the last 2 weeks,
Yeah,
but
the Ryder Cup's cool and all, but really doesn't compare to sitting in a room at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday.
No.
no,
It
I
doesn't.
actually
does not.
agree. I actually agree. 3 hours of the show, and now we get to recap it. I'm very excited.
Exactly.
Very excited.
Thank you to Owen's Mixers once again. Our favorite, you can get their sparkling margarita mix.
Sparkling Marg.
Yum, yum,
in this
yum.
cute little can, where all you gotta do, from the demonstration of my co-host here,
Yes.
is
A little bit of pour.
pour it into your cup with a little ice, little alcohol, and you are good to go. You have the perfect cocktail you can drink along with us at when you get your Amazon. You can go to Amazon and get your Owens Mixers at amazon.com/Owens Mixers. It's late. It's 11. We're not gonna.
It is late.
We're not going to go on for too long,
Yeah.
even though we really do have 3 hours to recap. But if you're on the East Coast, God, you're tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're tired. I'm tired. We had a
Yeah.
full day. We're doing this afterwards. But before we get started, I think there's something really important that Maria needs to do right
Yeah, there is. There's something. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
That was
Great
good.
to be
Oh
back.
my God.
What a moment.
to be
Trent,
back.
welcome back.
Real
had-
Trent's
you had-
first hug.
Consent
That
was,
was our-
given for that hug.
That was our
was.
first hug ever?
Right, and you had texted our group
Yeah,
last night
yeah.
being like, oh, we're going to do the show tomorrow. It's going to be fun. We're all back together. And you texted, asked if you could hug me, and I said, sure.
Yes.
And then that was it.
And then we saw each other today in the office.
Yeah.
And there was a moment where we stopped and there was
Thought
like,
about the hug.
There was a little bit of tension. We thought about the hug.
Yeah.
And we said, let's save it for the show.
Let's save
Save it
it.
for the
So
show.
we
Let's save it for
just
the
did
show. So
It was
the hug,
magical.
great hug.
It
was
was
How
nice.
would you rate it?
It was wonderful to
It was
see.
really good. It's good.
Yeah, I thought
good
it
to
was
be
really
back.
good too.
Really good to be
All right, guys, let's get into the show. 3 hours. We're getting down to the end. Unfortunately, we got slapped in the face with another 3 hours coming next week for the
Christ
finale.
almighty.
I love this show.
I wish
You
they
the most.
maybe have separated. I almost wish they went to Monday and Tuesday again, but they can't do that with Dancing with the Stars, so I understand. So we're getting 3 hours. The first pretty much entire hour was about Ivan. So let's talk about that. What did we think of Ivan straight up lying to everyone about pulling Chelsea when Chelsea clearly that did not happen? And where do we think they put Chelsea during this entire thing? Because everybody else was on the beach besides Chelsea.
That was weird. I wonder if they were, filming testimonials with her or something, like
Right.
keeping her away from the beach on purpose without her knowledge, because she did.
Everybody else
She
was
did
there.
come up
Everybody.
super confused. It's not like she came up and was like, "Sorry, I've been missing, guys." Like she came up and was like, "Oh shit, I haven't been gone that long. Like, what have I missed?" And she missed everything.
This put me in a tough spot because I want to be anti-Aaron at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But Ivan lied, and then he lied to everyone else about, oh, he's saying Chelsea pulled me, and that's why we went over there and talked. When clearly Chelsea was eventually going to come back and be like, no, he wanted to talk to me. So it's like, I don't know what he was trying to do there. They got in their faces. It was very aggressive. They were all getting really aggressive. But it's like, I don't want to be on Aaron's side, but I'm on Aaron's side in this particular instance because I don't know if there is another side.
So do we think that Ivan's tweets about wanting to go on a podcast to talk about everything that happened is because of all of this? Like,
Producer
like
stuff,
definitely.
producers,
Producer
like,
stuff,
do we
for
think his
sure.
contract
Hotel
still
stuff.
stands?
Hotel
like,
stuff.
Yeah.
Where
He
do we
can't
think he
talk
stands?
about it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because usually after these types of shows, people are like always like, oh my God, I want to spill everything. But then you have them on or whatever, and they're like, oh, you know what? It just sucked. And then they don't tell you anything because they have a contract and they'll get sued if they say anything.
Exactly.
Right, like
So-
Ivan
Exactly.
can't talk for 2 years probably.
No,
No,
if the
probably not.
producer set him up there, he certainly cannot say it. And that was the big reveal going into the rose ceremony. It was that Ivan Wells pulled him aside, very principle. It was. I got you. Got
It was like, before we start,
Do
something has
you-
happened. Ivan, may I see you after class? Like, that was basically what happened.
Did you do something you weren't supposed to do?
Right.
Like, yeah.
Just fess up now. Come on, tell Wells.
That was something.
Come on.
That was his energy.
He was.
Just-
He was.
You're not going to get in trouble.
It's just me here. Come on.
Yeah, just tell me all about
the
it.
truth
Tell
will
me
set you
everything.
free.
Yeah.
And he did. He did tell the truth.
And then you get in trouble.
Got in
That's
trouble.
a classic.
Yeah,
Your
and then
parents
he
like,
was
come
immediately
on,
sent home.
tell me. You won't get in trouble if you're honest. If
Yeah.
you tell the truth,
It's
we
a
won't
trick.
be mad.
I
It's a
also
trick.
love the I think you should really tell the group,
Oh my God, right.
I think really you should take ownership.
Because if I'm
for
Ivan,
this.
I just sneak off the beach. I'm just
Yeah.
Completely.
So at the end of the
I almost
day,
never tell anybody that even happened. Like, if I'm Ivan, I'm just like, well, let's just see. Like, will people find this
really
out
try
later, or
to.
can I, snake it by a couple more weeks?
shout out Noah, good friend. They were roommates, and Noah did not blab. No,
Noah didn't
Yeah.
say shit.
He was like,
snitching. from
Noah's
I
Noah.
fell asleep.
He
I don't
knows
know what
our
happened.
Like, I
national
had no
decision policy,
idea,
that's for sure.
but
Noah's high on my list right now.
no,
Yeah, Noah's great at the moment.
He's pitching a great game.
Yeah, he really is.
he is even after breaking.
As far as
Abigail's
being an
heart.
honest
That
guy.
was he was
He's
an honest,
guy.
noble
Yeah,
guy.
okay.
We'll get
He
there,
didn't
'cause I
even
do
trick
think-
her.
We'll get to that.
I think
we'll
we're
get to that.
split on that because I agree. I
I-
actually am on Noah's side there too.
You know, so am I. Fully.
Yeah, but I don't
little
think
bit.
Fran is.
No.
All right, we'll get to it at the
yeah,
end.
we'll get to it.
Discussion, we'll get to it, yeah.
I do think that, Ivan, it really was not that bad. They made it sound so bad, but it is interesting because the way he explained it is like he was in his room. There was a producer's phone in his room.
Yes.
And
Maybe he was with the
saw
The way he said it though
where
was like
Alexa's room was.
the way he made it sound was as if he was like spying on someone's phone, as if he was like standing next to a producer who was like
Right.
text on the phone, and
Looking
you
over
were
someone's
looking
shoulder.
over my shoulder like
253.
I'm doing
Yeah.
really important business right now, and you're Ivan.
What? What?
Need a towel.
Oh, am I sweating? I'm sure I'm sweating.
It's
I didn't
here.
know. It is hot in here.
It's hot down
I
here.
told
need
Trent
a towel
I
soon.
told
I always
Trent
do
to
this
be on
and I-
foot watch. I said I might faint. Like
I
the
would
temperature
love
in
a
here is
towel.
time for me to faint.
Look at the top of your head. I was like, oh my god.
We're gonna have.
I didn't notice it. I didn't
Yeah,
notice
we're
it.
gonna have
alright.
a problem come. We're gonna have a
it's
problem
alright.
come wintertime, and
It's gonna be
Winter
fine.
time's gonna be tough.
and
You
I'm
realize it.
wearing like legit sweaters and
A lot of
sweater
fluctuating
ass up
temps.
in here.
But I do think that. I think that somehow
Yeah.
the producer maybe was like in his room on their phone and he
He
was
didn't like
spying.
sneak into someone's.
No.
Like you can't just pick up someone's iPhone and like.
No.
Start
Get
using
into
it.
Maybe,
No
maybe
one
they had like
in this
their-
entire world
I
has an
don't know.
unlocked phone, especially
Nobody.
not a producer of The Bachelor.
Right, I also
Never.
don't think that this story is true.
Do you
Yeah, it
think
does
that
seem.
Ivan,
It does seem iffy.
Ivan took the phone of the producer and like the producer was sleeping and just like put the face in
Yeah,
it.
right.
locked it.
When the thumb
When
Yeah,
people
yeah.
used to talk about like if your boyfriend was asleep and
You
like
just,
just
just
like
his thumb.
use his thumb to get into his phone, of course.
Something's fishy
That's a
about
crazy
this.
girl
'cause
in
There is,
everyone
for sure.
Everyone
So
just
fishy.
Too fast accepted that
Yeah.
he was like, oh yeah, I found this producer's phone and I found out
weird.
what room Alexa was in and that's how we hooked up. Like what?
sad for Alexa because this I think completely ruined her chance of coming on the show. Like I think they sent Alexa home.
So she flew all the way down. She was waiting.
She probably was in that
and then-
hotel for no joke weeks and then was sent home.
That sucks so bad.
It's not
It's weird they wouldn't even give her a chance to come down. Like, to be honest, I don't think it would have given her that much of a chance.
Look, they're making it
regardless.
seem like Ivan and Alexa broke the rules and they gotta be punished, so they're gonna
What
be
rules
sent
are
home.
we talking
The
about?
only thing.
But
the
there were no
only-
rules.
Right, there are no rules. The only thing that he did wrong.
It was
is
off
that-
camera. That's why. That's the biggest rule.
Yeah, that
Don't
is.
talk to anyone off camera.
Is that he was trying to get Chelsea's rose
Yes.
to extend his stay
Yes.
to then meet Alexa, and that is just
Correct.
that's not something
Correct.
that people like.
And when we were talking
That's
while
exactly
watching
what
the
he
show,
did.
you brought up the fact that that you wondered like what is wrong about that, or is it cool if you have a mutual agreement to give like a friend rose or whatever? Which I think we all agreed that yes, if both parties know that this
Yes.
rose is just to carry you through to the next round, totally fine. Like why not? But if somebody doesn't know that they are like being used for a rose, that's where it all goes wrong.
Right, like the Brendan and Piper situation is an obvious no. But if Ivan was waiting for Alexa and he says that they haven't met, they haven't hung out, they haven't done any of those things, obviously very different from Brendan and Piper, is it okay to then try to extend your stay until that person comes down? And I think we did agree that like if it's
No, it's the Brendan move. We can't do that.
but it isn't
if
though.
both people agree to it.
Like if Ivan and Chelsea.
Like if
both were
Ivan
like,
and Chelsea.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is a
yeah,
friend
yeah,
Like
rose.
if Chelsea didn't have anybody else,
Yeah.
and it was the girls giving out a rose, and they spoke and said, Ivan, and then Chelsea and Ivan spoke, and they were like, I don't really like anyone else. I know you really are hoping someone else comes. We're friends. Here's my rose. Hopefully you get to meet someone.
Right.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And that has also happened
And
many
yeah,
times
people have
before
done
on
that
this
plenty
show.
of
For sure.
times.
Yes.
Certainly
Yeah.
happened, but
I just
now
feel like
the lines
now
are
it's
blurring.
the lines are blurry because
Yeah.
it's happening so much. You almost have to figure out like what you find acceptable and what you don't.
Yeah. So Ivan goes home. The rose ceremony happens, and we lost Dr. Joe,
Damar,
Ivan left already, and
there's one more. Joe,
is there
Damar.
one more?
Was
I thought there was
there?
three.
Yes. Tatty Daddy.
Daddy.
R.I.P.
Wow, rest in peace, Tad.
Did you guys like
like,
yeah, I was
goodbye.
gone last week. Did you guys like
So
Patty
we loved him
We-
at first until last week.
Yes.
And we had that weird fucking conversation with Tia, where Tia, I don't even know what
And
the
his
conversation
social
was. He
media.
just was
Did
like,
you see his post after this
No,
week?
no.
He posted one. I think it was a TikTok or something, and it was like, and I'm gonna be mad because I'm not even gonna remember what it said, but it made me feel gross. Like it was
weird
like
vibes?
it was like him lifting weights, and it was like not falling for like the girl I've known for 2 seconds or something. It was something like it was something gross. like that.
Whatever. Something
And
like
that was
I'm
not exactly what it
unbothered.
was, but it was something gross.
That's annoying.
Whatever.
We're over
yeah.
him. Yeah, we're
Way
we're
over
Blake.
him.
We
Way
were in on
over.
Blake. I was out on Blake just as fast as I was in on Blake.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think we can all agree the middle hour was fairly pointless. Kenny and Mari weren't sure where their relationship was going. We can just jump to the priestess healing
Yeah, what was
spiritual
that all
ceremony
about?
that they
Where they
went
swept dildos all
through. It
over each
worked,
other?
apparently. So it seems
Thomas
like
was
right now
super
they
into
are
it.
okay.
Yeah.
But they did send 2 new girls down, which at this point, I really think is a waste of all of our time.
I agree completely.
Because like just
way
focus
too
on the
far
couples. Like just focus on the couple. Like I would much rather watch the couples on the beach go on another like final date or like let them all go on final dates and watch that instead of watching Anna or McKenna come down and ask all these guys to go on dates and all of them be like, nah, we're good, we're in relationships.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
don't necessarily agree with that. I like
I don't like it.
I like people coming down late because it's one final test for the couples on the beach. Because if they're
That's fair.
if they're having like some doubts that they maybe haven't expressed to us or the person they're with, like, oh, maybe I'm not all the way in on this, but if another person shows up, maybe I'll go with them. It rarely happens, but I like that it's like one final.
Never happened.
Didn't it happen?
One person that said yes was Ed, and Ed wasn't exactly locked in with Natasha.
I'd also like to jump in and say, if it wasn't for things like this, and I know that this is a different show, but on Love Island season 5, Amber had nobody until like the last few episodes when
That's
Greg came
true.
in, and then those 2 ended up winning. So if they
That's
didn't
true.
bring
And then
people
breaking up
in,
2 weeks
Yeah,
later.
but that.
True.
If they didn't bring people in towards the end, you never know what could happen.
I like it, yeah, because otherwise it's just a couple show.
Totally different show.
It's a couple show.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
at this
true.
point, like it's about the couples. I
One
think.
of these
Well,
days,
and-
one of those is gonna hit. And it's gonna be it's a jackpot.
Yeah.
What's her face?
Anyways, when do we talk about Joe and Serena?
Yeah, oh, we're almost there.
Who
We're almost there.
Went on the date with what's his fucking face? James. That was McKenna.
James and Anna went
Anna.
on the human churros date, which
Yeah,
we
duh.
have to own up. We said last week we didn't like the eating off the bodies with the tacos because tacos gross. We would want it to be dessert.
Yep.
Kelly and I will gladly be taken on a date where we're made human.
They gave us
churros.
dessert. I'll roll around in sugar. I'll get chocolate syrup all over
honestly,
me. That's fine. Sure.
That
sure.
I will happily lick that off.
That's
someone
totally
else.
fine. Totally fine.
I would love to roll around in sugar.
I'm in.
That's like
I'd love to roll you around.
Yeah.
that's just.
He teed that up. That was
No,
like,
100% he did.
I'm sorry.
I'm not even saying it's date. I just like wish I had something like that in my apartment. And I could roll around.
Yeah,
in
just
sugar.
Roll around in sugar.
Yeah, that
just for
sounds-
like just for funsies.
Just like I get home later tonight, I'm like.
Well, I feel like it's
Like,
It's silly
just 'cause
goofy.
it's silly goofy.
I eat so much sugar that I
An
might as well
exfoliant.
just roll around in it too. What?
I feel like it'd be a nice exfoliant, like rolling around
Oh,
in
it really
sand.
would be a sugar
Like, it's
scrub, or
exactly.
they're fantastic. Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
a nice,
good. Or a nice
exactly.
Yeah.
We cornered it.
So
Yeah, that was,
they
that was
had a nice
interesting.
date. Looks like they got along well. They've connected throughout the rest of the episode, but McKenna came as well, and nobody would go on a date with her. It was upsetting.
I did not mean to just
We thought
like that.
Aaron. Well, it was just like they were all in relationships. We thought
Oh, no, it
Aaron
was gonna
was
happen like that.
gonna say yes, and it was a weird yes, and then it was a just kidding.
He's
and
the
then
worst.
yeah, it was
Aaron
just
sucks.
it was very uncomfortable.
Every other guy on that beach was able to get pulled aside by McKenna and say, "No, I'm not interested. I'm dating someone else or whatever."
Yeah.
And of course, Aaron sits down with McKenna and they're having a conversation, and he goes, "I think I see something here." And then
It's ridiculous.
And then she comes back with a date card and says, "Aaron, you want to go on this date? You clearly showed interest." And he's like, "Yeah, can we talk for a second?" Takes her down to the beach and basically says, "I don't want to go on the date anymore."
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you doing? What's
I
happening?
said out loud, my
Such a
theory about
loser.
that. My theory about that truly is that he was rejected so many times that he just wants to prove that like he can reject too. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's up to him. You know what I mean? He's not
Little
so
power.
desperate.
He's got a
he'll
little
say
power
yes to everything.
trip.
Exactly, and that's kind of fucked up because honestly, McKenna and Aaron maybe might have worked. Chelsea and Aaron not gonna work.
No.
Clearly.
No,
Go to the prom.
clearly, but
There's a I'm gonna
Oh,
kill
there's
it.
a little bug. You got it.
Killed
Good
it.
stuff, Kelly. Good
Eat
stuff.
it.
Good
Sorry,
stuff,
it's
Kelly.
been crawling for a while. It's
Eat
still
it.
alive. God.
Oh, just
I'll give you
have some
$100 to
mercy.
eat it right now.
Okay,
I'm
there we go.
trying.
Gotta stop offering
I
people money
smushed
to
it.
do stupid stuff.
Yeah, what?
We're not
it's
talking about
still moving, you guys.
We're not talking about that right now.
That's the strongest bug I've ever seen. It's still
gotta
fucking
have
moving.
some
You gotta,
mercy.
you
Be my
gotta do it.
financial
Gotta have
source.
All right,
Kill
guys.
it.
We gotta have some mercy.
It's stuck to your hand now.
It's okay.
The
That's
show
okay.
must go on.
Sorry, that was
Yo,
the never
Split
dying
the bug,
bug.
$100 each.
It's Lady and the Tramp style.
Strong bug. It was a
You'd be too jealous.
I just got sick over
I
that.
saw your face. You hated that.
Ed to
Sorry.
the rescue.
Sorry, Ed to the rescue.
Dang.
Ed basically asked himself on this date that McKenna did not want to ask him on.
Yep.
And she said yes eventually. It took a while.
That's my guy Ed. Still
It
around.
was very sweet.
Still hanging.
It was very sweet. Sticks around. That's my guy.
Ed?
#1 fan.
Way cuter than I remembered. We hated him, I think.
He starts saying sweet things. He gets a lot
Yeah.
cuter.
We didn't hate Ed. He was
I
just
loved
like a
Ed.
lovable.
You always loved Ed. I
He was-
think I hated him.
Remember
for,
during
like,
that
a minute.
season? Remember
It
Karen?
wasn't a hate. It was just like we can't believe Ed's still on the
I
show.
was like, Jesus Christ, Ed.
He
Every
was
time
carrying
I was
around that fake baby for an
Yeah.
entire episode.
Ed
Yeah, that
just
was
reminds
weird.
me of
That was
Love
Eeyore,
it.
like womp womp.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's my
Like
thoughts
a
when I
dark
think of
cloud
Ed.
is following Ed.
Yeah, he's just like,
Which is
"Mwah,
sad
mwah,
because he
Ed."
seems very positive. It's
You guys are
because
being
I'm
real
telling
mean to
you,
my
he
guy, Ed.
doesn't open his mouth all the way when he talks. So I
No.
think he gives that. It's the Eeyore sense.
Something. But
Hi,
he's
I'm
got good friends.
Ed.
He's always hanging around with like, the cool crew. And then now all of a sudden
Is
he's
he?
coming around. Yeah, I think
Is
he's
there a cool crew?
I feel like
Who's
I
the
saw
cool crew?
Yeah,
I
who's
feel like I
who do you
saw a
think's the
group
cool
photo
crew?
after Tayshia's season. I feel like I saw a group photo of like the popular guys.
I think those
and
bros
Ed was
hang
in
out.
it. Those
The bros-
chill.
the bros
You know what I'm
definitely
talking
hang
about.
out.
Who's popular guys?
I don't know.
There's
You know what I'm
definitely-
talking about.
I
You've
know what
seen
you're
this.
talking
You've
about.
seen this photo.
There's definitely like a popular group that comes out of these seasons.
Yes.
For
No,
sure.
it always.
The
but I
guys
just,
who
I
like
think
made a
it's so funny
splash.
to talk
The guys
about.
who like made a splash and they were all
Yeah,
out. They
yeah,
were
yeah.
all out in New York
Ed is
together.
and Ed's,
Yeah.
he's jacked. So,
So jacked.
he's just huge. And I remember.
So
Well,
is
why
James.
don't you just marry him then?
So is James.
James, yeah,
James is huge.
right. Like
James
when they
is
were
huge.
looking for those prom outfits, he was like, "Do you have like the Hulk size? Like, I don't know what
He's
to
like,
do."
I don't know if it'll fit.
I got these insanely large muscles.
James is so jacked that
Yeah.
he'll be doing an interview, whatever, and he won't even be flexing, and every vein will be popping out of his neck, and he's
All
just
of
like,
it.
"Oh man, I hope Tia picks me." It's like, holy shit, man.
His traps are like above his ears. He's like, blah, blah. Like that's literally
A lot of time in the
Dude, they are.
That's
They
literally
really
James.
are.
If you think hard enough, maybe your muscles will grow. Is what you look like right now.
I can't even punch
Noah
that
and
well.
Abigail. Noah tells Abigail that he's falling in love with her. She doesn't really say anything.
She says
Freezes
nothing.
up, says nothing.
It was uncomfortable, didn't really know what was happening. There was no follow-up. It was a super quick conversation. And then we see that we're having
A
a
baby.
prom.
Prom.
Paradise
Prom.
Prom.
Woo!
It's 80s
Paradise
theme.
Prom.
Everybody gets dressed up. There's adorable promposals from everyone in the group.
Joe.
Loved it.
There's some sadness
Joe.
from Tia, does not have a date to the prom. Natasha conveniently sick during these couple days or whenever they're
course.
filming, so she is not there. But they go to the prom, and everything seems fine.
Mm.
And then Aaron pulls Tia up to the outside area, and he's like, this process is coming to an end. Kind of like a shoot my shot, last moment. He brings a corsage out for her, and then they make out like they are 15 years old in the back of like a car.
Tia wrapped her leg around him in her fluffy
Their
ass dress.
faces, they were eating each other's faces.
They
It
were.
was scandalous. It was scandalous, and literally all Aaron said was like, "Hey Tia, can I talk to you for a sec?" And she was like, "Sure."
Just, like, really wanted to like give
and
you
that
this.
was it. Yeah, that was it. I just really thought I could give you this. Like, this
Yeah.
is a moment. Like, whatever, blah, blah,
Bro.
blah. And then they were making out 2 seconds.
I'm
later.
also that easy.
Yeah. I was like, honestly, if you're nice to me, whatever.
Instant flowers. Although, and I guess in
You're
that
polite.
moment,
Whoa, let's
Tia
make
was
out.
probably
You
so
said hi to me and
sad.
sat next
Yeah.
to me? Sure.
Tia was also definitely so sad and being like, this totally
Oh, yeah.
sucks. So in that moment,
Yeah, what a vulnerable moment for Aaron to strike. That's his move,
Yeah.
Like, he just like all he wants to do is
feels bad
feel
for
bigger.
Chelsea.
than.
Chelsea is actually saying that she has like strong feelings for
Yeah.
Aaron, and she's kind of getting screwed.
I will say I tweeted an anti-Aaron tweet while all this was happening, and then people were saying, but Chelsea also made out with Ivan in front of Aaron as well.
True,
So that's a part of it too.
That
but
is a good point.
it's a good point,
Yeah.
but it's also like Aaron he still sucks.
Yes.
Like,
It
I
still
think
sucks.
that's still a fair thing to
I
say.
thought that too, actually, about James going on the date with Anna, because Tia did like ditch him entirely to go out with Blake. What's his
Yeah.
face? So it's kind of like, well, whatever.
But then that's also that's paradise.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Sometimes I
That's
think,
paradise.
especially this season, people get wrapped up on like people being wronged or broken up with. The Brendan and Piper thing is different, but everything else is like if you're mad at Ed because he's now going with McKenna, you're mad about Natasha.
Yeah.
That's just paradise.
Yeah.
That's
Like I feel bad for Natasha too, but that's what they're there for.
Yeah, Natasha can't be so. I did feel bad for Natasha when she was like, I just have been so lonely this whole time. It's like, yeah, duh, you've been like.
She's had a rough
been-
go.
Yeah.
She's had a rough
100%
go.
rough go.
Though, like,
But
Yeah, just
and
go
I
home.
really
I'd be
don't
embarrassed
think,
at this point to just like, I gotta get out of here.
I feel bad for her with the Ed stuff because I don't think it really is anything personal to her. I think she.
No.
I think Ed probably maybe liked McKenna in the first place. I think everyone felt bad for McKenna in that situation, and maybe
Right.
Ed was like, I'm gonna, I'll take her on the date or whatever happened. But we had superlatives were given out. There were a few of them, but obviously the one that broke everyone's heart eventually was, most likely to make it, live happily ever after or whatever it was, make it in the real world.
Even
Noah and
Abigail was like, oh.
yeah, that's, and
Yeah.
it does feel like everyone did put a lot of pressure on them.
Agreed.
Because everyone was just talking about, they've been together from the beginning, like they're the paradise couple, they've had the best experience, and that didn't work out. But everyone did vote for prom king and queen, and the winners, of course, no doubt in our minds, Joe and Serena.
Yes.
Beautiful couple. Just a beautiful couple.
I love
mean-
them so much. It genuinely pains me.
Gorgeous.
I don't even know
That crown on his
how
head.
to.
Ooh, my
I'm
God.
fully in love. And I know Joe's going to
unbelievable.
see this because he retweets all the clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm not meaning to scare you, but I genuinely feel love for this man. But for him and Serena as well. Like, I'm rooting for them
Yes.
as a couple. Totally. I'm all for it. I love them
No,
as
Rhea
a couple.
is at the point of really doing something to Kendall to get her
get-
out of the picture.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
honestly.
so fucking done with Kendall.
No, it's
I saw the
ridiculous.
preview to her showing up to the beach. Disgusting. Go
Can't
the
have
fuck
that.
home. I'm sorry. I'm
It
trying to
better
be
be
nice
like a
and
nice thing. It better be
respectful.
coming down like, I'm over it now. Here's my blessing. It better
No,
be that
and-
only, and that's it.
Or
She
get
better
out of
be
here.
there for
I'm
that.
sick of it. Do
Even
not
if it is,
sabotage
we
their
don't
relationship.
care.
We don't care.
Right.
You don't even need to be nice. Just get out of here
No,
and let
just
Joe
get
and
out.
Serena be because they're a beautiful, perfect couple and they
Yes.
don't need you and they're gonna have babies together and she's gonna move to Chicago probably because she actually cares about Joe,
Yes, agreed.
like some of us do.
If you can see Joe,
I love Joe so much.
if you can see Joe with that
Hurts.
slightly tilted
Oh.
prom
Oh,
king
God.
crown
Tell me
on his
that
head
I'm gonna be
and
sick.
tell me you're not in
Like,
love
I
with
know
him. You have no
Joe,
eyes. You have no
obviously,
eyes.
like,
You have
I'm
no
gonna be sick.
soul.
I'm
You
gonna
have
be
no
sick.
sense of what is
I
right
know
and what is
Joe
wrong.
is in
Because
his
that
30s,
man is
but
gorgeous.
in that screen, in that still frame,
Yes.
tell me that is not from a Netflix high school rom-com.
1000%.
Totally.
1000%.
He could be cast in every single one of those movies. He he literally is Noah Centineo. Like,
If I
tell
could
me
draw
that,
the
is. He
perfect
really
and that
man,
is too nice to Noah Centineo, honestly.
if I could draw up the perfect man, it's Grocery Store Joe. And I'd also like to say this.
Sorry, there's just so many. There's so
Oh my
many.
God, just eat them and everything.
There's so many bugs over here. I'm trying to kill him.
Somebody once said that Grocery Store Joe looks like Vinny Chase, and I
Yeah.
now
Little
know
bit.
why I love Grocery Store Joe so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have the perfect hair.
That
Great
smile.
hair.
Grocery
The
Store Joe and
smile.
Vinny
Great
Chase,
Smile.
their teeth and their hair.
Joe smiles, and I'm weak in the knees. I
You
can't.
smile, I
just-
smile. I already
you
talked
smile,
about
I
it.
said, you smile.
are you gonna faint?
I
That's
smile.
literally- I might. I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna faint. Like that was
All
me.
right, we're all just
That's me.
screaming now.
Yeah. No, it's I really
Perfection.
I really hope Serena and Joe last in the real
love him
world. That's what makes me a
so
little
much.
worried. Yeah. No,
Do you
I
think
get
they'll
it.
go the distance, Hercules style?
The age difference worries me a lot, but I don't know. They seem very happy in paradise.
Serena seems enamored by him, which
She does.
I think is
And
great
yes.
for the relationship.
Yeah.
I think that Joe
I'm
liking her so much is a great
So
thing.
am I.
Yeah, I think him liking her is a great thing. Like, yes, perfect. It seems genuine. It seems like he wants to go the distance. I think that she is just completely under his spell, falling in love, just like the rest of us. I think that they will last forever.
I hope so.
As somebody who is like Serena's age,
Yeah.
I do feel like the age
Had to
thing
throw that
though.
in there.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you
Just
think?
because I'm like,
Well, is she
Trying
like
to
party?
humble myself.
Is she party girl or what?
no,
like,
I'm just thinking.
She seems very mature.
yeah, she does.
I just would always be like, he's a bit older than me.
Let's not forget that. Good
But
old-
also,
let's
if
not
I'm
forget that
under
good
the
old
spell-
Nikki V is 20 years older than his
True.
girlfriend.
Also, if you're under the spell of Groceries
They're
for
very
Joe,
cute.
I guess age
Yeah.
is just a number.
Also, I don't think that Serena, like, age always becomes an issue when, like, the younger person wants to, like, go out and party and still live life and do whatever
Right.
the fuck that they want to do, and the older person's, like, settling down and like, being an adult, like, full
The
time.
younger
If the
person
younger person
wants
wants
to-
that, then why not?
That's a
You know
great
what I mean?
point,
What's
yeah.
wrong
Good
with
point.
that?
True.
With the occasional, like, I don't know, Bears game? Like, what do they, I don't
what are they
know.
gonna
What
do?
do they do?
They go
Like,
tailgate in the Bears game.
He's gonna grill for her so hard.
oh my
He's
God, she's
gonna
gonna
take
help him,
all
like,
of his
They're wearing
Sunday
grocery store.
sauce,
Matches Bears jersey.
Sunday
matches Bears
his
jersey.
sauce with his Joe sauce, his marinara sauce that he
Yep.
makes. He's gonna make her
Yep.
pasta.
They're gonna show her.
He's gonna make her
learning how to
pasta?
make it.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to kill
Oh
me?
yeah. Oh yeah. Rhea, are you good? He's gonna make
I'd
his,
actually-
his sauce. Oh no.
I would like Joe to. I would like to try the sauce.
I would like.
As
to
would I.
think
Do you think Joe would ever come on the
Walked
show?
right into that one.
Do you think
also.
Joe would come on the show?
Walked right in.
I
Joe
think
is
Joe would come
already
on
a
the
Tricks
show.
in the Office guest,
Yeah.
so if you open invite for him to ever
Open
come
invite
back.
for Joe to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I haven't scared him yet, I feel like this is the most.
No.
We do have a show in Chicago coming up soon. Joe.
Oh.
Oh my.
I feel like this is the most I've acted out of hand about a contestant on this show.
Definitely. Well, this is
By
the first time
far.
you really felt.
You have
felt-
never had this reaction
You're
to
drinking
us,
the Kool-Aid
any
finally. You're
contestant
drinking
on
the
this show.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. You
Ever.
love him. He's
Ever.
painted
Ever.
perfectly. It's fantastic.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I don't think there's one person that I've been like, oh my god.
We have to talk about Noah and Abigail. Noah and Abigail break up, I guess. Noah seems like he's been conflicted for a while, was very emotional. You could tell he was very sad. But he basically said to Abigail, like, you on paper, like, are great. There's nothing, like, I just don't think you're my person, which is
Heartbreaking.
fucking stab in the heart.
Sad.
And then he kept saying it, and she pointed out, she was like, can you just, like, stop saying that? I
many
get it.
times?
I'm not your
saying
person.
that.
I get it. I'm not your person.
Too many times.
And she was very sad. So understandable. I do wish she expressed herself a little bit more earlier on. Maybe she did and we didn't see it. But it just always felt like Noah was talking a lot to her. And she did say that. She was like, you've been pushing me and telling me, you know, that you're ahead of me and trying to get me to open up more and open up more. Like, and now you're just going to do this?
Yeah, I thought it was a little sad that Noah decided to tell her that he loved her, and then literally 24 hours later, she was
Yeah.
like, I think I'm gonna say it back to him. Like, even she said, like, when he said it originally, I thought maybe he just like was saying it quickly, and I didn't really register that he said it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I understand that. Like, I feel
Totally.
like sometimes you're in a relationship where you're like, are we saying I love
They
you
weren't
yet?
even
And you
looking
don't
at each
know if you
other's
heard it
face
right.
for the millionth time.
Right.
Having
Never
a
looking
serious
at-
Right.
They
conversation.
only have serious
Exactly.
conversations
Guys-
laying down.
It's
Guys, I'm
Laying
laying
down.
next to Rhea and I'm like, you know, I just like really think I'm falling in love with you.
Huh?
I would be like,
I
what?
also would be like, huh?
I'd be like, is that what she really
Yeah.
said? Because you don't want to be the one to be like, did you just say you love me? And then it's like, no. Like
Right, and
that's
then it's
mortifying.
awkward.
That's mortifying. So when I think when it finally sunk in that that's what he said,
He
she
could
was like,
actually
okay,
look her in
I'm ready.
the face.
Right. And then they have
to
this whole thing going on where, you know, they're gonna last the longest superlative wise, and then they're, you know, off to the side. And she even said in her prom dress, like, I think tonight, like during a slow song or something, I'll say it back.
know.
And in that moment where she was
Sad.
gonna say I love you, Noah starts crying and has to break up.
I respect Noah in this situation because he could have just faked it until he made it. He could have just faked it to the end and then go home and then break up with her.
Yep.
For him to be like, I love you and acknowledge you're great, but like you're not my person, I think is very respectful.
You're getting the double thumbs down.
Double thumbs
Why
down.
is that? If you
Yeah.
can't
Because-
force someone to be with somebody.
Because if this is a mere 24 hours later, if he felt like she was not his person, if he had any doubts, he should not have said, I am falling in love with you.
But
That's
doesn't that
facts.
that's the part I'm forgetting.
Doesn't
Yes,
the no
yes,
response?
yes.
The no response though probably sends him spiraling. Like
Yeah,
he's like, I thought I knew it,
I'm sure
and now
it
I don't
does,
anymore.
but
Yeah.
you know, if that's the case, then he has to present it as like, I said this to you last night, and I really thought you were gonna have more to say. Like, how do you feel? Instead, it was like, you're not my person. He went as
Yeah.
extreme as you could get on
did go-
to the other side of it.
It did seem extreme. It did seem like a, hey, last night I loved you, today, like, I never see a future for us. It did
Last
seem a
night,
little abrupt.
I'm falling in love with you. Tonight, you're not my person. That's like, come on.
It seems a little,
right, that's
a
fair.
little slap
Yeah,
happy,
yeah,
a little
those are all
trigger
fair
happy, whatever
assessments.
you want to call
That's
it.
fair.
Yeah.
But he was very emotional, which is why I felt it was genuine.
No, I do think
Yes.
it was genuine, but I do think maybe he got caught up in the show a little bit.
Yeah.
And felt like there was maybe pressure from everyone else. They were supposed to be this it couple, and he's like going through the motions of what he thought he was supposed to be doing, and he didn't actually feel that way.
I think he realized he fucked up.
Yeah. All right, shall we get some questions while we wait?
I gotta get into the YouTube.
I know, get into it, and we will say that it does look like we are going to get a massive finale next week, 3 hours. What's going to happen at the end of prom? Who's going to be sent home? Will Noah and Abigail just leave at that point? Looks like something's going to happen with Becca and Thomas.
Yeah.
Kendall's coming back.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is all going on with that.
Do
Next week,
you-
are there like roses at the end of this? Like girls have roses this time?
I think it's like you can, here's my rose and like, let's leave together, or like, here's my rose and I'm also proposing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure
Interesting.
how.
Because like the only people I
the
can
end
think
of
of
that
right
would
now
go.
who are like in hot water a little bit, I guess Chelsea, now that Aaron and Tia are making out.
Yeah.
Yep.
James is otherwise occupied. Natasha, obviously, she's not even there, basically. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later.
Jesse Palmer is going to be the Bachelor host.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
it's
yeah.
to the- to
Jesse
the-
Palmer is the new host
Oh,
of
everyone's
The Bachelor.
Everyone's upset. We haven't talked about that yet.
Oh, well, this
Yeah.
is about Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
to
this
tell
is
you?
no show about the Bachelor.
Everyone's commenting. How have you guys not said a single thing about that? Oh wait,
Honestly,
They didn't talk about it on the episode, did they?
this is the first question we got, and I think it's a great one.
What is it?
What was that commercial from Melissa Joan Hart?
Oh,
Great question.
Really good one.
Great question.
Really good
None
question.
of us know. None of us know. It was
Kraft-
a real infomercial.
Kraft Heinz
Yeah.
has an infinite amount of money because they paid for like a 3-minute commercial.
long.
That was long. I thought it was like an ad within an ad. I thought Melissa Joan Hart had like a new sitcom coming out on ABC, and like that was like her job, and then it was gonna cut to like her family, and it
They're
was gonna
bringing
be like,
back Sabrina the Teenage
Right.
Witch.
Hi, you know, Melissa and Joey, great show on ABC Family. If
Love
anyone
that show.
watched
Love that
one.
show.
Thought
Loved
they
it.
were gonna
Loved
bring
it.
that back. It was like 1-800 Cup of Joe or whatever the heck it said on the thing. I was like, oh, Melissa and Joey.
Back again. Yeah, back again. No, it was a for real infomercial.
It was
and
a
like
legitimate
silly
commercial.
infomercial, but
Yeah.
it really was, and it was old style.
went on the
like QVC
website.
style. You went on the website. I
I couldn't believe it was a real thing. I went on the website. It is. You can actually buy that bundle of coffee
Yes.
from Kraft Heinz for $19.99.
There
You
you
really
go.
can.
There you go.
Yep.
Why do we think Serena's crying in the promo?
Oh, good question. I don't think that has anything to do with her and Joe. I think that has to do with like her friends being betrayed. You know, she loves her friends and she's all about it.
That might
and-
be like about Abigail or something.
Could be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Throw us off.
Or she's so excited that Joe's proposing that she's so
Yeah.
But in that scene though, it's like in the dark. Like it's not
yeah.
the the
Yeah.
beach proposal scene. It's like it looks like rose ceremony.
I hope
vibes
it's
to me.
nothing sad about her.
I hope not too.
I hope
don't-
she's not even involved in Kendall showing up again. I hope whatever that is,
yeah, that's
Kendall
right.
talks to Joe for 2 seconds and Serena doesn't even know she's
I hope
there.
so too. I hope so too, because that'd be bullshit otherwise. Yeah.
I'm getting so sick of Kendall. All right.
So sad.
Who do we think out of this crew is going to get a second shot at Paradise?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good question.
Maybe Noah.
Natasha.
After Natasha for sure. Noah, I think only because he was like honest. I feel like anybody who's honest and sweet and just like really just
Abigail, I
didn't find a
think.
connection, Abigail could.
Chelsea should as well. The
Chelsea
people
should for
coming
sure.
later, I do think, should get
Definitely.
a chance, a better chance at some
Agreed.
point. I would like DeMar to come back. I really
Yeah.
like DeMar. I don't think we got to see him really at all.
Yeah, no, he was
And then I don't know about some of the other guys that have been already sent home. Nobody's
Nobody's really moving the needle.
nobody really pops up for me at
Yeah,
this
no.
point. I'm sure there will be repeats, but we'll
Yeah.
just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
What's up with Becca and Thomas? They appear to be together, still post Bachelor in Paradise, but we haven't even seen them develop on screen.
Good question.
I kind of
No
think
idea.
that they have been developing. We just aren't seeing it because I think it's boring. Like I think they're kind of getting the Kevin and Astrid situation where like
Yeah.
Yeah.
because every time we do see them, they are in each other's face.
Right,
They're
they're making
kissing.
out,
They're cuddly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
arms
like it
over
does
back.
kind of seem like they are very into each other. And Thomas very like not aggressively, but Thomas was very straightforward with the 2 new women being like, I'm not open to going on a date.
True.
So
Yeah.
I think that their relationship is further along than than we think, but there's no shot they're getting engaged. I don't think so.
No.
No.
And if they did, that'd be a total farce. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be ridiculous.
I think so. Shall we talk about Jesse Palmer becoming the new host of The Bachelor, or we'll just?
I mean, my
save that.
thoughts are like whatever. Like that's cool. He's a good host.
He was once The Bachelor. People do forget.
Yeah,
They
he was
don't
The
know.
Bachelor
He
one
was The
time.
Bachelor at one point. He
ho-
is a host.
What
he has
did he
hosting
host?
experience.
Yeah, what did he host the show after? It was like No. What the fuck was the
He's
show?
hosted a
for
He's
bunch
minute?
of
hosted a
different
lot of
shows.
different game
He's-
shows.
Over
also-
quarantine, though, I thought there was a
Yes.
specific show. What was that show?
I forget the name
It was
of it,
pretty
but
good,
the Russ
honestly, for
one.
like a minute, but then it got lame.
He's done a bunch of sports stuff as well.
Tons.
Obviously, you know, he's
Tons.
on.
Nice guy, cool guy.
Ton.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
surprised with the choice, I'll be honest.
Surprised. I
Yeah.
think that's the word I would use. But
I
I'm
was
not, like,
surprised
upset.
and also not surprised at the same
Yeah.
time. Like I was
That's a good way to
surprised
put
because
it.
it's a
Random.
name that I really would not have thought of.
Same.
But on paper, I get why ABC would pick
Yeah,
him.
makes
Yep.
sense.
So,
Yeah.
Sure.
all right, let's cut some stems and give out some roses. Trent, I would love for you to go first. this
Okay,
evening.
great.
Yay.
Off the
Wow.
back. I just
Fabulous.
would
Thank
like
you
to
so
give
much.
you that honor.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Mine are going to be pretty simple. I'm going to give my rose to Ed
Mm,
because
Love.
he's the best,
Love it.
and we're best friends.
Of
Of course.
And, yeah, and then I'm going to cut the stem of.
Have you
oh,
had any interaction with Ed in
I don't think
the
so.
internet
I don't
world?
think so.
Oh, you gotta.
No?
Not that I know.
I'm
not that
shocked
I
by
remember.
that.
I am too. Maybe he's not a Twitter guy. I see him on Instagram all the time, never Twitter.
No, not yet. Maybe one day.
One day.
I'm gonna cut, and then I'm gonna cut the stem of Aaron, just like a holding.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
cut his stem every single week. It feels
Yeah,
like.
the
'cause
kissing
he's,
to ya.
He's the worst.
Fair enough.
He is the worst. Can
He
I go
just
next?
annoys me every time he's on TV.
Kelly?
All right. I'm gonna also cut the stem of Aaron
Okay.
because I just double hate him so much. I think he's so annoying.
Totally.
Specifically, the point where he like thought he was cool in denying McKenna. Thought that was annoying. I'm gonna give my rose to Wells, specifically the moment where he was spiking the punch at the prom.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved
I
it.
liked
it was
his
great.
little new host joke as well. It
Yes,
was cute.
It was adorable. Love him. I always give my
Wells
roses
really
to Wells,
should be the
specifically
permanent host of Paradise.
He is
spiking
gonna
the
be.
punch.
He has to.
He
Like,
definitely
Like
will
it
be.
makes no sense for him not to be.
He really
We're not
doesn't.
going to do the rotating
No.
hosting
No.
again. And
It's
when he
always Wells.
finally was like the new guest host, he took off the bar outfit, he put on a
much
tropical
better.
shirt.
Crushed it.
He's the host.
Everyone was
much
so excited to see him. Even everyone was like, "Yes, well."
And he
like,
was
they're
funny at
psyched.
the prom. Like he's
Yeah.
great.
His
He's great.
advice to Abigail too was so great. Like
Spot on.
it really was like, God, that's exactly what I would have said to her.
Right.
He's great.
He is.
He's great.
Maria.
I'm gonna give my rose to Joe.
What?
Shocking.
Yes.
Shocking.
Woo! Well deserved.
And people are gonna say this is mean, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna cut the stem of Kendall.
That's
No,
fine.
people agree with that.
I agree with that.
Go home. She wasn't even in this episode, but I see her coming.
From the 2 seconds
Go
in
home.
the
Go
preview,
home.
it was worthy of a stem
I
cut.
Yeah.
agree.
Go home.
It's enough. It's enough to cut a stem.
That's it. Go home.
For me this evening, I will be giving a row. Actually, I'm going to cut first. I'm going to cut the stem of the producer who set up Ivan because I do think that there's something fishy that went on.
That's a
Really?
good-
I'm
that's
just
a good
want to
stem.
cut that whole scenario
Yeah.
because something went on there.
Something's fishy.
There's no way, like, there's just no way that those two could have been together. Or like, the producers clearly knew that they were together because Wells said, "We know you did something bad."
Right, they found
Right.
out.
So they knew that they were there. They didn't stop it. They didn't say anything. Like, I just think that was very sketchy.
I'd love to know what really happened.
Yeah,
too, so
and
bad.
I will be giving my rose. I'm gonna give my rose. I feel like everybody really covered all the good people here. You know what? I'm gonna go with James's 80s earring. I don't know
Yes,
why.
you
Very
loved it.
specific.
You loved it.
It worked for him, and I'm not like a, the big strong guy. Isn't normally my type.
Yeah.
But I loved all the 80s. Well, really, I would like to just give a rose to all the 80s outfits in general. They
were
all
great.
crushed it, and like even the guys was really great. But James's tiny little, it wasn't tiny, it was like a big earring. For some reason, he pulled it off. Not normally my thing, but I liked it.
All right.
liked it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He looked great. He
Yeah,
looked great.
he did look. I liked all the men's suits were very funny.
Yeah, Ed looked
Ed's
Yeah.
was.
Ed, of course, was the
Heinous,
Dumb and
but-
Dumber, like
Yeah,
orange.
exactly.
Like I knew when I saw them flipping through the racks, I saw
Yeah.
that orange and blue next to each other. I was like, somebody's gonna be that fucking orange
Yeah.
suit, just like Dumb and Dumber every time
Yeah.
without fail.
Ed.
Everyone does it.
Ed.
Ed.
Fucking Ed.
course.
Fucking
Okay.
Ed, man.
No
All
matter
right,
what.
guys. Once again, we will be back next week at 11 p.m. Eastern for the Bachelor in Paradise finale because ABC wants to kill us.
They don't care about us.
Thank you for watching, though. It's credit to you guys for staying up and watching with us as well.
Yes.
We really appreciate that. We know it is late. Get your Owens Mixers at Amazon.com/Owens Mixers. Drink along with us, and we will see you all next week for the finale.